Welcome to our first YouTube video on Surfstar vans. Today we're going to be lowering the Billy bus, which you might have seen on Instagram, the nice blue van. We've got a load of goodies from VDUBMONKEYS and Shane at Scarface Lowriders today. We'll walk you through all the bits and hopefully give you a step-by-step of how they fit on the van, and you should be able to see the difference from before and after. It should also run a lot better, but again we'll talk you through all those components that help the van to run better when it's lower to the ground. So I'll just give you a quick run around the interior of this one before we crack on. So I'm sure some of you have seen it on Instagram, but probably haven't seen it completely. So quick show in the front cab. Dash is all painted in this one. Got a nice wooden steering wheel. These are the seats from leather in, and these are in a chocolate brown with a cream piping, just to match the interior of the van. We've got a nice Hessian roof on this one. So guys, on the blue van today, we're going to be fitting these Sachs Shocks alongside some 6-inch Faulkners. We've got a load of goodies courtesy of Shane at Scarface. We've got the Shane's plates, we've got the short drop links, and we've got a couple of other bits from the VDUBMONKEYS. We've got the Powerflex Bumpstops and some Faulkner locating shims. We'll give you a step-by-step of fitting all these parts. So hopefully this is something you can do yourself, and we'll show you a before and after of the van. We're going to be putting on these new 17-inch Vitos with some lower profile tyres. We should give the van a completely different look. Gary's going to be doing most of the work today. I'm going to be doing most of the talking, because that's what usually happens, isn't it, Gary?
Always the work.
Okay guys, so we're just starting with this rear wheel. Just starting by taking the wheel cap off. Gary's just undoing all the bolts on the wheel. We're going to take this wheel off and get started on this side. Undoubtedly, the back is easier than the front in the jobs that we're going to be doing today. The back is simply a spring and a shock. Obviously, we're going to put those shims in there. The front's a little bit more complex, but like I said, we'll talk you through everything step by step today. Any other questions? We'll put all our details down in the bio below. You can drop us a direct message on Instagram. Drop us an email, whatever you like.
You may notice I'll put a jack under there just to take the weight for the vehicle. I've undone the bottom one. This 17 out under that. Then hopefully lower them down, and like that it'll fall out. So remove that. And now for the new ones. Again, we've got the VDUBMONKEY locators just to stop the movement a bit. Which are bloody tight to put on. That's that one on. Right, and then just jack it up to take a strain. Do a jack it up with help. So it doesn't fall out.
What's up, guys? So we lost a little bit of footage here, but we got the spring in place, tightened that up a little bit, and then as you can see here, we've got the shock into its place. Really straightforward. The shock just sits on the lower mount and bolts straight through the top. Gary's then just going to tighten everything up here, and that's everything in place on the back. Like we said, it's pretty straightforward on the back. You've just got a spring and a shock. Front's a little bit more complex, but I'll leave you here just to watch Gary finishing off this one.
That's that one nice and tight. I will use a bar on it in a minute. 17 again. And that, guys and girls, is basically that done. Right, now for the big unveiling, the Vito's 17-inch. Got the proper spigot rings, so they look okay on that. So handy having 2 feet just to hold the wheel, otherwise you're stuck, shall I say. So firstly, always locate and do a couple of threads so you know you're not cross threading it. And just tweak them up with a gun, and then we're only tweaking, and then we will set the gauge and tighten them up properly. Right, that's that. We let the little one down. Choose that way. And now for the bit you've all been waiting for. Done. This bit, but I can't put it on like that because it's dirty. Just made these are original Vito hubcaps. Draw them out with new VW caps. Take the blue off because it's not really the colour he wants. And a bit of dressing wherever that's gone. It's up here. It's not really Billy, no mates, it's Billy bullshit. Splash it all over. Get on your hands, then I can get all over his van. He'll love it. So that's that. Bit of rag would be nice. Oh, some trousers here, that's it. That's that, all spick and span, looking pretty. Okay, then we go. Easter resistance up. Done. Nice.
Right, guys, that's the first wheel done. I'm going to go put the kettle on because that is my job today. Otherwise I'll be told off for standing and watching.
As usual.
But that's what I do best. While I do that, I'll give you a quick show around of the workshop at the moment. Some of you might have seen some parts of this one on Instagram already. This is the shell van, version 2, should I say. So Gary's done a shell van in the past. You've probably seen it in the VW Bus magazine. This one's got a nice chocolate brown interior, long wheelbase, and it's going to be a nice one when it's finished. Not far, just the top half to paint, Then it'll be on its way out of here. We're into the dungeon now.
Right, just going to put the Scarface Lowriders sticker on. Obviously clean the windows first, and we've opted for the Mr. Muscle Streak Free Shine on the windows. See how it goes. Right, that's the rears done. Now for the fun bit at the front. I'm going to break off, have a cup of tea and leave my less competent friend, Will Watkins of Level 31 Recovery and Mobile Repairs, known to us as Willie Watkins. There you go, Will, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Gary. So what we're going to do is we'll talk you through it, what we're doing step by step, explain a little bit what obviously we're doing so you can go hopefully and do it yourself, because it is self-explanatory. So right, let's get into it then. Don't need to go to a gym when you're jacking a van.
So again, we're just going to start by jacking it up, taking the wheel off, and then we'll see what we got to play with.
What are we on? 19s, which are over here. Step one, take the wheel off. Won't go too far, because obviously you want this lovely wheel put back on.
So there's the existing shock, it's going to come off, and we'll talk through all the plates and drop links and all that.
So with the extension bar, you'll be able to get up onto it nicely, or should be able to. Just like so. Now this should fall out nicely.
So that's the shock and the plate out.
So what we're going to have to do is obviously get the other one, put the Powerflex bump stops in, change all the shocks, obviously we're going for the different ones. And while we're doing that, Gary is going to drill the chassis leg. So on these Sachs Shocks, you have to get a screwdriver and a hammer and hit this up off here. So this retaining ring, which I've done. So you can pull that off and get rid of this waste of time thingy-me-jig. Then you get your plate to make sure. And then you rebuild it with shims washer, so that will then, as you can see, this one here won't fit. Yes, that go in the bin. This one here fits in there lovely. So what you do, you put the washer on, and then you separate the bushes, put your metal collar in there with the bush on, through the plate like so, the other bit of rubber on top, then the original cap, and then the nut. And then obviously you do all that up nice and tightly, and then you get your Powerflex bushes. So as I was saying, the shocks, the Powerflex was supplied by VDUBMONKEYS, and the plates and the drop links was from Scarface Lowriders. So please have a look and hook them up, and if you need any good quality bits, that's the people to go to. So your bump stop will go through this back piece like so, and then you just do that one up so it sits like that. Obviously I still need to tighten it, and then what you have to do is get an angle grinder or an axle if you want to be old school, and cut this off, and then after that's done, we're all good to go and put it back on the van. So as you can see off camera, I've tightened up the bump stop, tightened up the shock. As you can see, if I turn it that way, you can see the rubber bushes squashed down. So what you need to do is make sure they are level with the washers. If they start poking out, it's too tight. If they're not level, it's too loose. So as you can see, I've had to do this up here, obviously because it's a Loctite one with the gun. This one here, as you can see, it sticks out half a mile. So again, off camera, I will cut that, obviously I don't want to use sparks and obviously destroy the camera. So we'll be cutting that off roughly, say, about there. So it gives you a good 3 or 4 threads if you ever do need to replace it.
Right, over to me again. We're going to cut the end off a Powerflex. Obviously with all grinding, cutting, you should wear safety goggles, which I have. So I'll put those on first. That's better.
And I am the human voice.
You are the voice. Don't always remember safety first.
So what we're doing now is just putting the plate on, so we can now mark where we got to drill through the chassis leg to put the long M14 bolt, I believe it is. And obviously that there is where the Powerflex bump stop's going to go, so obviously it's going to sit into there nicely. I will add, we have checked to make sure it's clear the other side.
And I'll take his word for that. Right, we've now opted for a 12mm drill bit. That's a bit of a step up, but hey ho. That means we're nearly there. Right, locate the one. That's there. And that's it, simple as. Job done, ready to bolt together.
Obviously the Billy bus is having shorter ones of these, as you can see. There's lots of play in them. They're a bit wibbly wobbly. So what we got to do is pull this off of the anti-roll bar and then fit on the new one. As you can see the difference from the original to the short one. So how I've done that to get that off is I've cut this lip of rubber piece off there, sprayed a bit of the old Fandango silicone spray and wiggled it so the metal comes off of the rubber, and then I just cut the bush, just because we're not using this again. So, and obviously why we're putting this on is to stop it from obviously hitting the arm, because this one's a lot longer. So obviously because where he's dropped it down, gone low. So that's the reason behind this. And so yeah, I will go ahead fit this one now, and then after that I will then go and fit the new, which I haven't got here, it's up on the table, the new plate with the Powerflex push, fit all that with the new shock, bolt through the bottom, Fandango, all done. So I'm jacking this up at the moment to get the alignment on the drop link. As you can see, it's still got to go up because it's not aligned. My associate Debbie McGee over here is going to go up and hold on the nut and washer and put that on the other side, and I will do this one up, and then I will then do this one up, and that is this side done after we put the new wheel on.
Right, front's done. We're going to put the wheel on, lower it down, we'll see how it sits. Obviously we've got to do the other side, so we won't have a proper idea of how it sits until that side's done and it's out there. But we'll show you this one, we'll crack on with the other one, and then we'll fiddle with the torsion bars, take you through that and show you the finished product.
One thing I would say is what I did forget to say is why we put the washer on the drop link bolt is because Ollie is running 6s. So he's running 6-inch Faulkners on the back. If he was running 5s, you wouldn't need it, or below. That's the only reason.
Verdict after driving around the block on that setup?
Pretty awesome, to be fair. A lot better. Yeah, I would definitely go for that myself.
Not chucking you around.
No. I like it. Yeah, I do.
There we go. Night and day to drive. Job done. Right, thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like what you've seen today, please like, subscribe, share the video. Let us know down in the comments section what else you want to see from us. Also a big thanks to Shane from Scarface and VDUBMONKEYS for sorting out all the parts for today. Go to our Instagram page, Sir Style Vans, where you can see all of Gary's vans, all of his work, past and present. And a big thanks to Will, level 31, for helping again with all the work on this one. See you in the next one.